So I was asked what I use to control my software, and for me, that's a really important question because sound design is so performance based. I like to tailor sound uh, to picture. I have a hard time with just recording something and then plugging it in, even if it's edited really well. And sometimes that does work, but to have the ability to change the pitch, to change the volume, to change the timbre while watching picture is huge. So I'm going to go over what I use to do that. So first and foremost, the most important controller in my rig for me is the cup of coffee. It controls creativity and energy levels for doing great work. Then at the base, I have just a MIDI keyboard, standard stuff for controlling instruments, contact, samplers, etc. I have Line Lemur. It's an app that you can download. Basically, you build your own interfaces for software. So this is my Absynth interface. This is my let's see, Iris interface. So you can build your own interfaces for controlling MIDI CC and so on and so forth. Then of course I use the Slate Raven, which is just fantastic. It has group quick keys, track inactive, everything you could possibly think of. I also use it for putting metadata in my recordings. It enables me to put in what mic was used, quickly rename files, all sorts of stuff. And then of course, completely digitalized faders. And so far, my favorite thing about using the Slate to control software is the fine faders, which basically enables you to shrink the increment of how much a fader adjusts the volume. So you can go down to like, a half a decibel. The full range of the fader only adjusts by a half a decibel, which is just amazing. Anyway, I use that a lot. The mouse is what is this? A Logitech, and I stole this idea from the editor, Eddie Hamilton. I watched a master class with him. Basically, it has all these quick keys plus the shift button, which makes it double. Plus, you have three whole profiles on there. So there's a million quick keys and stuff you can do with that really speeds up my workflow. The Wii remote has been fantastic. Most often I use it for just a Pro Tools transport, selecting tracks, record enable, solo enable. It's great for when I'm recording myself for Foley and sound effects and I'm across the room. I use this to control Pro Tools all with one hand, but I can also assign it to anything I want. I can get a theremin effect on like synths. I can make buttons activate and inactivate, reverbs and so on and so forth. You can use it to pitch, reverb, send, whatever you want. I use this a lot for performance based, especially once again when I'm across the room doing something. And then the Matrix Brute is great. It's not only a fantastic synthesizer, but it also makes for a great MIDI controller. Excuse me. And all of this sends MIDI CC, so not only does it control the Matrix Brute, but you can use it as a controller because the knobs and stuff feel a little bit more finite for MIDI data as well.